Shedeur Sanders just took a part of his pro day, and there was a bunch of NFL teams in attendance to watch him do it. And we learned a lot from this pro day. And I know there's a lot of people out there who are saying, dude, it's just a pro day. He's throwing against no defense to wide receivers he's known for the past couple of years, right? And sure, you could look at it like that, or you can look at it like an NFL scout. I mean, for example, guys, do you think if pro days didn't matter at all, do you think any of these teams would actually be showing up instead of just watching it on, like we did on television or on NFL Network, whatever you want to say? No, these guys came for one thing, and actually not one thing, 50 different things, right? I mean, how about the way he communicates with his teammates, the way he runs the huddle, the way he, does he lead? Does he not lead his team, right? Is it low energy? Is it high energy? All of these things are things that these coaches are looking for. How is the last rep compared to the first rep? Is the energy still there? Is he still having that competitive nature, that competitive instinct? Is the deep accuracy there? Can he throw this route? Can he throw that route? Is that accurate? Does he have a tight spiral? Listen, there are a lot of things that matter when it comes to these pro days, and I know a lot of people look at it the opposite, saying, dude, he's throwing against no defense. It doesn't matter. It does matter. And if it didn't matter, these coaches would not be here. So in this video, what I wanted to do is break down exactly everything we saw. So let's just deep dive into it. Now, coming into the pro day, the main thing that everyone was talking about is, can he throw a deep ball? Is he going to be accurate enough? Does he have the arm strength? Is he, a guy that can push the field? Yeah, dude. Now, again, I get it. It's against air. But what we saw today was pure arm strength, great anticipation, great, tight spiral on the deep ball. I thought it was actually better on the deep passes than it was compared to some of the intermediate passes. I thought he looked great, especially on the deep portion of today's exercise. That's one area I love. Now, listen to what Deion Sanders had to say.
I'm not a Shedeur's a great teammate. He's never been a bad teammate.
What I'm saying by displaying that to everybody here.
He needs to throw. He needs to get out there and let you see it. He's been, like, all of a sudden at the conclusion of the year, after 4,000 some yards, I don't know how much he has for his career, all of a sudden his arm is weak. But he completed, I think, a 50-some yard pass rolling to his left in overtime. So I don't know when his arm got weak. He protects the ball. I think he has the highest completion percentage in college football this past year. He's a pillar of consistency. But you got to understand, when that last name is on your back, you're going to be attacked and ridiculed and naysayed. So we're built for that. He was raised for this moment. I can't wait to see this quad of receivers do their thing today. They're going to have a good time because this may very well be the last time that they're on the field together. So I think they really plan on having a good time. I know he's locked in and focused.
Now, what was exciting about this pro day was the combination of him and Travis Hunter. I mean, Travis Hunter has, let's just be honest, some of the most insane footwork I have ever seen. And, the one thing I could tell from this pro day was he wants to be a wide receiver. If there was only one position he could play, I can almost guarantee you that wide receiver is going to be that position. He's so quick in and out of his routes, and he just has that type of play style, and he probably wants that money as well, right? But I wouldn't be surprised at all if a team drafts him, is like, yeah, we're going to play you both sides of the football consistently. I wouldn't be surprised at all. But that was another major factor of Shedeur's pro day that I love to see. And again, another reason a ton of different teams were there. Now, for whatever reason, I feel like Shedeur Sanders over the last few weeks has been getting some unnecessary hate. People saying that he's falling down the draft board. Jackson Dart could be drafted ahead of him. I feel like it's all just smokescreen. And like Deion Sanders said, when you have that name on the back of the jersey, you're going to see guys call things out that they wouldn't call out with Jackson Dart, or they wouldn't call out for other, quarterbacks, because they don't have those expectations already on them. The fact that Shedeur Sanders is getting hate is probably a good thing because it shows how high people feel about him, right? Now, let's just be honest, right? The Giants are a team that are really intrigued with the number 3 overall pick, but it might not matter. With the guy like, or with a team like the Cleveland Browns, sitting at number 2, it looks like Cam Ward will go 1. The Browns start the drafts, right? They could take Travis Hunter, they could take Abdul Carter, or they could say, you know what? We don't love Kenny Pickett. Let's go out and draft Shedeur Sanders. The possibility that he is the future of this football team, I think that is very, very possible. If he doesn't go number 2, I think the Giants could also take him at number 3. Yes, you bring in veterans like Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston, but they're still indicating that quarterback is still in their plans. They need someone that is going to be a long-term fix, a long-term solution, and let's just be honest, Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston are not those guys. So, in my opinion, I still think he goes within the top 3 picks of this year's NFL draft. Whether it's 2, whether it's 3, I think he's going to be one of those picks. Now, it gets interesting after that.
I think we have the most qualified guys in the draft. They're not a risk. Like, Shedeur has been doing it year after year after year after year. Shedeur has led college football in this. Travis ain't nobody like Travis. So the surest bets in this draft, I'm not a betting man. I'm a godly man. But the surest bets in this draft are those 2 young men. And I didn't start a stabber when I said that. Did I?
No, you didn't.
All right. Mic drop. Let's go.
And you know what? I think Deion Sanders is correct. Shedeur has been one of the most consistent players throughout the entire of his collegiate career. He's been hyper efficient. I mean, this dude has been one of the most efficient quarterbacks I've seen over the last few years, while also having one of the worst O-lines I've ever seen as well. I mean, the man would be getting pressure on 4 pass rushers, and his offensive line would be in a 5-man scat, plus they would have 2 chip and releases off the edge, and they'd still be generating pressure almost every single time. I mean, he was one of the most sacked quarterbacks in college football last season. So I think Shedeur Sanders is very accurate. The deep ball is a lot better than a lot of people think. I liked what I saw during the pro day. I think he's a dual threat quarterback that can get outside the pocket, but more importantly, has great anticipation, can read defenses really well. I mean, the coaches he's had over the past couple of years have been amazing, helping him grow as a quarterback, right? And then you just talk about the ability to make plays off script, getting outside the pocket, but continuing to look down the field for open receivers. That alone, in my opinion, makes Shedeur Sanders such a good potential quarterback. And I've heard a lot of people say that, man, if he fell in the draft, the Rams would be getting an absolute stud alongside Sean McVay, and that would just be perfect together. And yeah, it would be, but I don't see him going past some other teams as well. Before we dive into that, guys, do me a big favor as I continue to show you some highlights here from his pro day. Do me a big favor, hit the like button if you want more Shedeur Sanders and NFL draft analysis. More importantly, comment down below P2 if you want me to go in and break down his film, his actual game film. Let me know in the comments down below. More importantly, guys, subscribe to the channel. It's free, doesn't cost anything, and we will be breaking out Shedeur Sanders and the entire NFL draft process for the rest of the season. And let's kind of dive back into the video and talk about some other teams that I think could definitely be on the radar to picking up Shedeur Sanders. Now, the Pittsburgh Steelers, if he somehow passes the Giants at 3, I think a team like the Steelers would be really interested. A team like the Saints at 9 would be very interested. Even the New York Jets, who did pick up Justin Fields, could be very, very intrigued. So, for the people who are saying that there's a possibility that Shedeur Sanders falls out of the first round, I think you're a little bit crazy, because even at 6, with the Las Vegas Raiders, yes, they added Geno Smith, but if Shedeur Sanders falls to them, he's a perfect fit. You talk about the timeline as well. When Geno Smith is gone in 2 to 3 years from now, Pete Carroll's gone to 2 to 3 years from now, Deion Sanders could be knocking on the door to becoming the next head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. I could just see that happening. Right? If you can't, I don't know what you're thinking. Listen, I think Deion will be at Colorado for the next couple of seasons, but do not rule out, if he has a chance to go coach his son again in the NFL, don't rule it out. I think it might even happen, more than people think. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Who do you think he ends up going to? Where do you think is the best fit for Shedeur Sanders? The pro day looked good, man. I'm telling you, he proved a lot of people wrong with his deep accuracy, the tight spiral on deep throws. Again, it's versus air, but proved a lot, man. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.